So in today's class we are going to discuss regarding the quality control test for the tablet. So in simple words, we are going to do the QC or the quality check for the tablet in order to eliminate the errors. So if any errors are there, so during the preparations, so they can be easily diagnosed and they can be easily corrected. So by doing the quality control test. Okay, so when coming to the compressed tablets, so they may be characterized or they may be described by a number of specifications. So like this includes its shape, its diameter, thickness, its weight, its hardness, its friability, disintegration time, dissolution time. Okay, so content of uniformity. So these are the standard parameter for the quality control test for the tablets. So in coming to the diameter and the shape of the tablet. Okay, so the diameter and shape, so it simply depends on the die, so which you are going to use in the compression of the tablet. So die and the punches. Okay, so generally the tablets, so they are having different shapes, so depending upon the preparations or depending upon the die and punches. So like they are having discoid shape, so they are having oval shape, oblong, round, cylindrical or triangular. So depending upon the dies and the punches, so they are available in various shapes. So round, heart, okay, round, triangular, oblong, oval. Okay, so there are various shapes for the that is the tablet. So in coming to the upper and the lower surface, so they should be either the flat or round, or they may be concave or convex. So depending upon the preparation or depending upon the method you are going to adopt for the compression of the tablet, the shape is going to change. The tablet, so they may be scored into halves or quadrant to facilitate the breaking if smaller dose is desired. Okay, so you can see the various marking on the tablet, so that is for the easy breaking of the tablet into halves. Okay, to reduce the dosing. So for example, one tablet is there, so you don't want to take the whole tablet, so you just want the 250 mg, or like it is for small children, then you can't go for the full tablet, so you want to break the tablet into half. So there will be the marking on the tablet, so with help of that marking, so you can easily break down the tablet into two halves, so you can easily reduce the dose. Okay, so apart from that, the top surface, so they may also contains the engraved symbols, the various letters. Okay, so for the easy identification of the tablet, so like these characters, so along with the color of the tablet, so tend to make distinctive and identifiable with the active ingredient which may they contain. Okay, so these are the characteristics of the tablet, so which makes the tablet easy to distinguishable or easy to identifiable. So when coming to the tablet thickness, so the tablet thickness, so it depends on the compression the which you are going to apply. Okay, so like the thickness of the tablet, so is only the dimensional variable related to the compression process. So in coming to the tablet thickness, so you are going to determine the diameter of the tablet, so it depends solely on the compression. So if you are going to apply more compression, so then the thickness is going to reduce. So if you are going to apply less compression, so then the thickness is going to increase. So depending upon the compression strength, the thickness of the tablet is going to vary. Okay, so the thickness of the individual tablet, so you are going to measure it by using the micrometer, or that is the scales, that is either the vernier calipers or the screw gauge. So just you are going to take a batch of tablets. From the batch you are going to take out just 10 to 20 tablet, and you are going to measure the diameter of each tablet. Then you are going to take out the average. So the tablet thickness, so it should be in the 5% variation from the standard value. So the tablets should not deviate more than 5% from the standard value. It should not be more thicker or it should not be more thinner than that of the standard value. So if it is more thicker, then the compression strength is less, and if it is more thinner, then the compression strength is more. Okay, so for that the thickness, so it should be controlled for the consumer acceptance of the product and to facilitate packing. So for the packing purpose, the tablet should be having desired thickness. If the thickness is more, so you can't pack the tablet, and so it is difficult for the patients also to accept those tablets. So when coming to the equipment, as already discussed, the micrometer or the screw gauge or the vernier caliper. So when coming to the screw gauge or micrometer, so here you are going to put the tablet between two anvils and you are going to read the thickness by measuring the scale in micrometer. So when coming to the vernier caliper, same here also you are going to put the tablet in between two jars of the vernier calipers and you are going to measure the thickness of the tablet by reading the scale, and it is in centimeter or the mm. Okay, so when coming to the organoleptic property, so like the color, odor, the taste. So when coming to the color, okay, so when coming to the tablet, so color is going to play a vital role for identification and for the consumer acceptable. The colors should be evenly distributed throughout the tablet. It should not show any of the variation in the color or patches like you studied in the coating of the tablet, that is the defects like the mottling, picking, sticking. So it should not show any of the unacceptable that is the result. So it should be the color should be uniformly distributed throughout the tablet, so which you are going to coat. Okay, so and it should be uniform throughout the tablet and it should not fade along with the time. So if there is non-uniformity of color, so it should be associated with the poor quality of the drug, or the drug is having the poor quality, or if there is any defect in the preparation of the tablet, so it indicates the unauthentication of the tablet or it resembles the poor quality of the tablet. So in coming to the odor, so however the odor, so it will be characteristic for few tablets. So like for the vitamin, so it is having the characteristic odor. Okay, so if we are going to add any of the flavoring agents, so then it is going to give you a different flavor. Okay, so when coming to the coated tablets, the coat film, it is going to give you various odors or the flavors. Okay, so however it may be the characteristic odor of the tablet. However, so like if any of the odd odor comes, or if any uneven or any of the bad odor comes, so that indicates the stability problem. So like for example, the acetic acid is released in the degradation of the aspirin. So if the aspirin is going to degrade, so due to any of the cause, so then it is going to release the acetic acid and the tablet is going to produce the smell of the acetic acid. So that indicates the poor quality of the tablet, or that indicates the tablet is deteriorated or it is unstable. However, the odor is going to resemble the characteristics of the tablet. So when coming to the taste, okay, so that you are going to apply for the consumer acceptance, so especially for the chewable tablets, so like the Digene or the vitamin tablets, or the tablet which is meant for the small children, like the sugar coated tablets and all. Okay, so you are going to add the sweetening agent, so for the consumer acceptable. However, if there is like not proper distribution of the sugar, or if the coating is not unique, so then it is going to provide you a bitter taste. However, that is going to resembles the the taste of that tablets. So when coming to the quality control test, the first is the hardness test. Okay, so when coming to the hardness, so like in simple words, it is the force which is required to break the tablet. So in simple words, so the tablet should be contain certain hardness or strength to withstand the wear and tear during the transportation, during the handling, packing and shipping. So if it is not too much of hard, so then it will be broken down into pieces during the packing or shipping or during the handling. So it is going to release the chips or the broken fragments, or it is going to give you give the tablet uneven appearance. Or if it contains less hardness, so then the tablet is not going to show the that is the release of the drug. There is a variation in the release of the drug also. So for that, the tablet should contain a certain strength or hardness to withstand the mechanical shocks of handling, manufacture, packing and shipping. Okay, so in simple words, the tablet hardness, so it is defined as the force which is required to break the tablet into diametric compression. So the tablet requires to hardness to resist the breakage during the transportation, storage or use. So it should be hard, so it should not broken down or it should not release the chips or the broken fragments. The hardness of the tablet, so it is related to its disintegration, and more vital role it is going to play in controlling the rate of the release from the tablet. Okay, so it is, if it is too hard, then the disintegration time is going to increase, and if it is like less hard than the standard, so then the disintegration time is going to decrease. And apart from that, it is going to play a vital role in controlling the rate release of the tablet. Okay, so like if it is less hard, so then the tablet is going to release all the drug at a time, so there will not be any of the controlled release of the drug. So to attain that, the tablet should possess certain hardness, and it should not be like too hard that it can't break down or it is going to increase the disintegration time, and it should not be too soft that it break down easily and it is going to decrease the disintegration time. So there should be certain specification, or it should have certain standard, it should comes in within that value. Okay, so in coming to the hardness testing, that is the apparatus, so we are going to go by using the traditional method, that is the by manual method. So like nowadays, so it is not adopted, so we are having various equipments. Okay, so like initially it was done by the employees. So in this method, so just you are going to hold the tablet in between your thumb and the finger, so that is going to act as the fulcrum, and the tablet is going to held between the second and third finger, and when the pressure is applied, the tablet is going to break down with a sharp snap, so which possesses sufficient hardness. So that is the manual method, and that is not going to give you the accurate results. In simple words, you are going to hold the tablet in your thumb and between the second and third finger, and just you are going to break the tablet. So as a normal, you are going to break the tablet, so in your home. That is the manual method that was followed previously, but nowadays it is not followed because it is not going to give you an accurate result. So second one, that is the Monsanto hardness tester. So it is like similar, so you can see here, so it is similar to your that is the screw gauge. Okay, so it contains the anvil, so you can see here, so in the front, and in between it is having the screw system. So by rotating, so we are going to apply the pressure. So it is having the spring, and it is having the pressure scale that is going to give you the results. So how much of the pressure you have been applied to break the tablet. So just you are going to rotate the handle, so till the tablet is going to break, and then you are going to read in the scale, so how much of the pressure or the compression is required to break down the tablet. Okay, so the instrument measure the force which is required to break the tablet when the force generated by the coil spring and it is applied diametrically to the tablet. Okay, so in coming to the next, that is the Pfizer hardness tester. So it is simply same to your cutting player. So just you are going to press the tablet, so in between your hands, and as the same way you are going to press the cutting player. So the point at it is going to break down, or the force at which it is going to break down, so you are going to note out in the pressure scale, which is put in the top position of the player, that is the Pfizer hardness tester. Okay, so it is the force which is required to break the tablet, so it is recorded on the dial and may be expressed in pounds. Okay, so in coming to the other devices, so like Strong Corps hardness tester, Erweka hardness tester, okay, so Hiberlin hardness tester. So those are the various hardness tester apparatus. So in coming to the acceptance criteria, okay, so a force of 4 kg per inch is considered to be the minimum required for the satisfactory tablet. So it should not be less than 4 kg per inch. It should not, like if it is less, then the tablet is like less harder, or it is softer, so it may break down easily, or it is having less disintegration time. Okay, so for the oral tablets, so normally we have 4 to 10 kg per inch, that is the LBS that is the normal value. However, the achievable tablets, so they are softer, so for them, so 3 kg per inch is the acceptable value. And for the sustained tablet or the control release tablet, so they are so adapted, or they are built to release the tablet for long period of time. Okay, so they should be more harder when compared to the normal tablet. So for them 10 to kg per inch is the that is the standard.